Diamonds and gents, this is Miss Trey That Gem, and you are watching Gem Spot TV. This is me talking about Get On Up. Oh yes. Now this is a biopic of James Brown's story. Okay, I'm gonna talk about some of the points that stuck out to me. Some of you have not seen the movie, so like I did with Lucy, I'm not gonna go into too many details. I'm just gonna go with what stuck out to me. And as for me, when I look at movies, I look for messages in that movie. Okay, so it starts off, you know, with him being a little boy running around playing with his mom. Gets to a point showing how his father beat up on mama and how mama was like, really just didn't know how to have a normal relationship. So she did end up leaving the daddy and leaving James Brown with Brown Sr. Okay. So Brown Sr. couldn't really feed him, so took him to a madame. I'm guessing this is his auntie, and she, you know, made him work for his money. He had to bring in the tricks into the hoochie house. Okay, I'm trying to keep it PG-13. Okay, so and basically he had to hustle him on in there, and you know, he got paid. This took place almost until he was like 17. He ended up joining a gospel group and went famous. Not going to give details on how that happened. He connected with a man named Bobby Bird. And Bobby Bird basically became his lifetime friend. They did have a fallout a few years, you know, into like, I want to say the 70s. But he basically was with my dude since the 40s. Okay? So that's a long time to be loyal to somebody. But one thing that stuck out to me was that Bobby Bird was having a conversation with one of the musicians in the band, and the musician in the band was like, well, you know, we see you take a lot of stuff off of Mr. Brown, and you know, why is that? Why don't you speak up? And he said, listen, I remember the day that I realized that I would not be in the front, you know, that he would be the one in the front. He said, the man is a musical genius and we're along for the ride. And he said, I understand he has and it comes with that great responsibility comes a lot of, you know, backlash and all of that other stuff. And he was like, I'm not here to cause any more problems. I'm here to help him get what God has in him out. One thing I did see that I liked, and I loved that, was that he realized I'm not about to add extra pressure on his plate. He has to run things the way he knows how to run it. One thing I noticed is that James Brown really heard things differently. And what he heard worked musically. All the musicians like the musicality of this and that and that. It's not going to work. And you know, most musicians, y'all like that. Y'all know y'all like that. But that brother said, listen, everything, every instrument is a drum. Do it sound good? They say, yeah. He said, do it feel good? They say, yeah. He said, then what? It's good. He said, when I give you the beat out my mouth, that's what I want you to play. Every one of those musicians, whether they played a trumpet, a sax, a drum, a piano, they all were on the beat he said out his mouth. The man was a musical genius. And everybody can't take it from him. And how he danced and moved and all of that. But one thing I seen was that he didn't know how to treat his wife. Slapped her a couple of times, but they ain't go too much into the relationship that he had with his wife. you know, because they didn't want to take away from the story too much. So I say go see it. It's I give it 3.5 gems. Yeah, 3.5 gems. If you're into biopics, I give it 3.5 gems. Y'all go see it. Go check it out of 5 gems. It is a must see. I enjoyed it. The brother was sharp and he was smart. Even though he had a 7th grade education, he was smart. He had common sense. Like, why would I pay a show for $600 when we need to put that $600 over here? Don't buy me another Cadillac. Pay me my money. Give me a check. That's what I'm talking about. I never understood why most of our people was riding. They had them riding around in cars in the 60s and the 70s. No, don't buy me no car. Buy my own car if you give me my change, my chop, my cheddar, my change. You know what I'm saying? So I really, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing how smart James Brown was when it came to his dough. Okay? He was a businessman. He was very smart, very business savvy, and he knew how to bring that quaint in, and he knew how to make that quaint. Okay? And that Jewish man stood by him until he died. I'm telling you, he had priceless relationships in his life, and he really didn't know what to do with it. But one thing I did see was that even though his mother rejected him, even though she acted like she didn't know him, things like that, y'all will see it in the movie, he still told Bobby Bird, make sure she's straight. Take care of her. Whatever she need, make sure she's straight. And that's true. The Bible say, honor your mother and father that your days be long. And that man got the 70 years promise plus some. Okay? He got his 70-year promise plus some before he died in 2006. And that's all I got to say to that. And he was abandoned, rejected, had to fight for his food, had to go out there and hustle up, had to steal, rob, all of that. And then to be who he is today and see how long he lived. God's word is true. That's all I got to say to that. Okay? And so, yeah. But that's what I got from it. I really enjoyed that. It's some things that I really enjoyed about the fact that he was able to find people that was loyal. You know, that's super hard to find. People that are loyal to you, loyal to the vision, loyal to what you see yourself doing and going. He had a couple of folk that was really on him and loyal, you know, and I appreciate that, and watching how his friendship and all of that transpired. So y'all go check out that biopic. Get on up, stay on the scene, get on up. Like I said, get on up. The way I like it, hey, is the way it is. Oh, and I got mine. What? So you better watch Jump Spot TV. Hey, so go check it out, y'all. All right, diamonds, y'all, the toughest material on the earth, ladies, and there's none like you. Gents, you no longer boys when you watch this channel. And to all my darlings, appreciate you, babies. Mwah.